Okay, so your first project, you're going to create a cross-contour network drawing of an organic shaped object from 5 different angles. So an organic shaped object is something that you would find in nature, right? A non-organic shaped object would be something man-made. So the easiest option for this is to grab a piece of fruit or a vegetable. For these drawings, something simple that you can hold. But if you want to go outside and look at something from observation, that's fine too, if you're up for that challenge. But if you're looking to keep it simple, I'd recommend just using a piece of fruit. Here's a student example. It's not my student, but an example of this project. So the student used a pretzel, and I want you guys to think about, for your projects, I'm just giving you some tips here. Think about the overall composition. You can do these in either landscape or portrait format. It doesn't matter to me. You're going to do these on your big paper, so you have plenty of room. But they set this up. This student set up their drawing in a grid format, which is fine. I think they got a lot more interesting because they were piecing apart the pretzel as the drawing went on. So it's not just a grid of the same scale of the same object from different angles. This creates a little bit more interesting visual composition, something to consider. You can certainly do this. You can piece apart. If you use something edible, you can take it apart and eat it as a snack while you're working. Here's another example of student work. This student used an orange, and he did the same thing. He was eating it as he went. So some good and some areas for improvement on this drawing. So a good variety of viewpoints, right? We're looking at it from the side, from above. I believe this is from below, from the side with a little different tilt on it, and now it's been opened up, and then the side again, but it's been opened up even more. So we're seeing more of the interior of the orange. Some areas that I think the student could have improved on, there's a little bit of flatness in this first shape, it looks like, or in the first form. As he went on, he got a little bit better at it. At observing the cross contour of the object. The arrangement is a little bit boring. This could be improved by scaling up or down some of the oranges, right? So he could have made maybe this central orange larger and offset off the center. So some of the oranges are overlapping each other. That would make for a more pleasing composition. Overall, it's a good example. So this student did set up their composition with overlapping forms. So it's the same flower. She viewed it from 5 different angles. The flower worked well in this case because it was particularly voluminous. If you want to use a flower, keep that in mind. Don't get something that's too flat. It'll be really difficult for you. So something that has a lot of form. And the other helpful tip that I have from this student example is that she used a plastic flower rather than picking an actual flower out of the ground. So it maintained its shape, making it easier to work on this assignment, right? Because it's going to take some time, and if you use an actual flower or some leaves or something that might wilt, that's just going to create more of a challenge for you. So there's more details in the demo video, but I just wanted to give you guys some helpful tips along the way. So first project, very exciting. I've seen some really good examples from this, so I'm excited to see what you guys can do. Okay.